aim high, but manage my expectations of success. People see the 30%. They don't see the 70% of not making it or not getting what you want.
And the interesting thing is that when you are honorable to achievement, the wealth and that kind of thing comes automatically.
My story is all about agility and being able to be flexible. The 5-year, 10-year plan that most CEOs ask, my plan has always been kind of unhinged. It's just like I go where my passion leads me, and I feel free.
Performance mattered, not fame, not money. How well did you do at something is what mattered.
I've got to get through it. I've got to take a snapshot of the really great moments and carry those with me through the really bad ones. And the trick is taking your blinders off and remembering to look at those photos. And it changes the brain, changes the wiring. And I try to breathe. Breathing changes the wiring, but it's conscious. You have to just slow down. You have to cut out all the noise. You have to respect yourself.
Young fans with a tattoo of Danny Zuko or Vincent Vega on their arm, and you say, "This somewhere I made a difference in their life."
Woo! Good morning, dreamers. Rise and shine. Another blessed and grateful day. It is Friday. Oh yes, Cedric, Johnny, JoJo in the building. Dreamers, how are we feeling? How was the week? I'm sending blessings to each and every one of you. I know we're having some quantum leaps in the works and in the making. It's amazing to see. Let's go ahead and keep this wave flowing. Love it. So today's going to be a good one. I'm going to be going through the mindset of the successful, and you saw a little piece of it on the prelude, just going through interviews of multiple different one percenters, and we can all see there's commonalities when you really start listening to those that are succeeding at a very high level. Just like I've always learned, success leaves clues when we pay attention. So today I want to go ahead and just shed a little light on some patterns that you're going to see around really anybody who's successful, and it doesn't matter their field, doesn't matter their industry. All of these principles apply to whatever it is that we're doing. Shane Talina, love it. So let's go ahead and get into today on the mindset of the 1%, the mindset of the successful. Let me get live on IG. And what is some gratitude coming into today? You already know. Let's get the chat flowing. Let's get this frequency up. And it's game time. Here we go. The mindset of the 1%, the mindset of the successful. Again, in any field, this doesn't matter what anybody's doing. I promise you this can apply. Here we go. IG. Love it. Happy Friday. Yes, today is payday. Love to see it. I hope all of you are spending your money wisely. This is the time to invest into ourselves. This is time to put ourselves in position. There's never been a better time, I believe, in history than to maximize all of these things. We just had the election. Crypto is freaking booming. We've got wisdom. We have mentorship. We have community. Safe to say, right time, right place, right people. So a lot to be grateful for. I'm literally flooded with so much gratitude, so much thankfulness for where it is that we're at, to be alive, to breathe, to grow, to be able to take notes. Again, it was just over at the Faith Over Fear this past weekend, and so many freaking gems were dropped. It just gave me another confirmation on literally we're working directly with the right individuals here, right? From the top 1% inside of the industry and just picking their brains. Sebs, what's going on, brother? Trump making a big crypto bag. Yes, pretty interesting to see. Wait to see what happens next 12 months. All right, awesome. So I'm going to keep today short and sweet. We've got a lot going on. Packed out schedule. Love to see it. And I've got an acronym for success. Okay, so let's just go ahead and go through it down the line. Success, go ahead and get out your paper, and here we go. Here's the acronym for today. Success is number one, is talking about seeing the goal, right? Whatever it is that we're looking to go ahead and achieve for quarter four, it's going to derive off of really getting a clear vision on what do we want for 6 pillars. What do we want our body to look like, our mindset, our connection with our creator, our finances, and what value do we want to go ahead and give to society? What do these goals look like in every single area? It takes being able to see it, clear, high definition. And it's so funny. I actually did this training 2 days ago. I was talking about the multiverse with one of our business partners, and I was like, I want you to see if you can just play this out, role play this out with me. Can you guys, if you were to sit down and envision, you guys know about the multiverse, right? We talked about that. So in the multiverse, imagine your brokest version of yourself. Can you picture that? I want everybody to just get this visual. And what is the setting? What do you see? If you were to just visualize the brokest, most lack of self-esteem version of you, what do they look like? And the visual that I got is I'm sitting maybe on the side of the road. I've got these ripped pants. My shirt's freaking ripped. I'm dirty. I'm muddy. My shoes are falling apart, and I'm slouched over. That's to me what I visualize the lowest version of myself, just completely depressed, no energy. But the same thing goes with the other side. I want everybody, because the law of polarity exists, right? Everything has two sides, and I'll prove it to you. Show me a couple things that don't have two sides. A coin, a piece of bread, right? A card, a book, a pen, right? Everything that we look at has two sides. So if there's a polar opposite that shows that we can be as low as can be, well, guess what? The same exists on the other side. That highest frequency, that's also available as well. So I want everybody, let me know, what do you see when I ask you, what does the highest version of yourself look like? You know, for me, I picture myself literally behind the curtains, backstage of literally pretty much like a stadium, literally like 100,000 plus inside of the audience. I'm dressed down, super clean, and I can envision the audience, right? If you guys picture yourself on stage, what if your family was out in the crowd? Imagine being able to go and look at your loved ones and they're giving you kisses, and you get off stage, you give them that huge hug, and you're just crying, and you're looking at your phone, you have all of these gratitude messages blowing up because they know that you've put in the time, you put in the passion, and you deserve everything that's coming your way. What does that feel like? What does that look like? You see, this highest version, for some of you that have children, imagine being able to pick up your daughter in your dream car when she's going to prom. Whatever it is, imagine being able to take your family on a dream trip and say, you know what? Pack our bags, we're going to go there next weekend. What does that version look like? Because it exists, I promise you. I've seen it. So this is just a piece of seeing your goal. It takes seeing it before it happens. Even when I was broke, when I had no money, when I was living out of my car, I had to learn to see this version. And I got so serious about this. You ready? I decided, you know what? I'm going to go sign up to be in a body physique show. And I'm going to go compete to be the best in the school. And I was depressed. I wasn't working out at the time because I was going through so much in life. And I went out and I won the competition. And it was that little piece that just gave me so much confidence to say, if we could go from down and out, depressed, and nothing but a decision, and little wins, right? Gaining back each day and just starting to feel like ourselves again, it compounds. Everybody goes through the ebbs and flows of life. The difference is how we handle them. So no matter what's happening, it takes being able to see it change before we can even see it physically. Think about it. Faith and belief, they both take being able to believe in something that we can't see. Most of the time, we can't see fear. If somebody's afraid of skydiving, they're fearful of something that hasn't even happened yet. But if we can believe in Santa Claus for freaking 12 years without even seeing him, I think we have the power to also be able to believe as well. Belief and fear are both sides. So number one is going to be seeing the goal. Yo, this is such a fire train, I'm telling you. This is keys right here. So number one, U is going to be understand that there's going to be obstacles. It's a part of the journey. I'd be a bad mentor if I were to come up here and tell you that there's not going to be any obstacles in the way. Yes, there's going to be family. Yes, there's going to be friends. Yes, there's going to be close people inside of our circle that might not see what we see. I was just talking about this yesterday. It's so interesting. A lot of them are doing the same thing we were doing in college. They're still doing that almost 10 years later. But isn't it interesting how we have look at this call right now. All of us were strangers. None of us knew each other. But now we've literally developed into a family. And that's something that I was always looking for. You know, getting out of college, I love the power of a team. I love utilizing the strengths of others. But when I got out of school, I didn't have that. And I found out I was doing so many things by myself. And my mentor told me a long time ago, he said, you go fast by yourself, but we go far with a family. It's huge. Some of us still don't know each other. But that's the beauty of it, right? To be able to network, to be able to continue to grow, to be able to really, really elevate as a community. That's something that I've always dreamed of getting out of college, and I wasn't being able to play sports anymore. So you is understanding that, yes, there's going to be obstacles, but we have a team. There's people that are winning in different areas that we can pick their brain. Somebody's winning on social media. Some are great at speaking. Some are impacting lives on a daily basis. So if we're experiencing obstacles, remember there's always a mentor. There's somebody that is winning in that field that we can go ahead and ask questions. Okay, that's number two. Number three is going to be create a positive mental image for ourselves. Again, this is so key. This is why we journal every day. Every day we write our 10 pieces of gratitude. We really develop this mindset that no matter what's going on, we're going to make it happen. Okay, so that's crucial. The second C is going to be clear your mind of self-doubts. We all can agree it's one thing to be able to do the work, but doing the work with a limited mindset, doing the work with a lack of self-esteem, I can already tell you exactly what it is that produces. So it takes being able to really get a clear mind and notice that before we do the call, before we make the video, before we step out even into the world today, that we're here to make an impact. We're here to impact somebody's life. We're here to be of service. We're here to go ahead and be a light in so much darkness that's going on right now. This is crucial. E, I'm almost done. Stick with me. E is going to be embrace the challenge. Embrace the challenges. Every day, there's going to be things that don't go our way. Every single day, there's not always going to be there's not always going to be a day that's sunshine and rainbows. Even for me, I got to go get my freaking tires changed right now. It's not something I necessarily want to do, but I know it's a part of the process. Now that's taking away time from work, but I understand I'd rather pay the price now than go ahead and regret it later. And that's my analogy for everybody. How many of you guys have ever had something going wrong with your car, but you put it off? We waited. And then later on down the line, that problem ended up getting way worse. That problem escalated and it cost us way more money than we would have spent if we would have just handled that problem when it was really small. The same thing happens with life. The same thing happens with our business. You see, inside of a car, you can hear when something's wrong. Maybe when you're turning, there's a screech, or maybe when you're hitting on your brake, you can hear there's something's wrong, and we need to go fix it. But you see, I know even for myself, I've been the type of person where I've kept driving on bad brakes. I've kept driving when I need an oil change, and I've had some crazy situations. My engine's blown before because I didn't get my oil changed. I kept pushing off the problem. And the same thing happens with life. When we hear the noises, when we see that there's something going on, but we don't take care of it, that problem builds, it escalates. And I'm telling you, we'd much rather take care of it when it's small than when it completely expands, right? So that's huge. Remember that there's always going to be things to handle, and it's always easier to handle them when they're small than it is before they blow up. S, last two. S is going to be stay on track. I learned an acronym years ago that really changed my mindset, and it goes like this: focus. Follow one course until successful. You know, it's so easy to spread ourselves too thin, doing 10 different things at once. It's so easy to listen to the negativity, to maybe listen to a friend that says, you know what, that's never going to work. You're never going to make money trading. You're never going to make money in these fields. You're never going to be able to really develop as a professional inside of that industry. I've heard that many, many times. But you know what's interesting? Those individuals are still doing the same things. And anybody who told me this was a scam, they're still one of four people. They're still chilling at mom's. They're still cooking at McDonald's. Or maybe they're still confused about money. Interesting how that happens, right? Projecting their fears and insecurities. It's real. It's real stuff. Last but not least, okay? Jim Rohn calls it the birds. He said, don't let the birds get to you. Last but not least, S is going to be show the world you can do it. Show the world we can go out and become a testimony. You know, we all have tests in life. If you think about your favorite movies, let me know. Drop your favorite movies down below. Some of my favorite movies ever: Rocky, Remember the Titans, right? And when you look at these movies, you'll notice that they didn't come from greatness. There's an underdog story, right? They had to go through all. Tell me Rocky did not have to see his goal. Tell me Rocky did not have to understand the obstacles that was in his life living in Philly, living in a broke neighborhood. Tell me he didn't have to create a clear, positive mental picture for himself when he was so broke, he had to sell his dog just to eat. Tell me he didn't have to clear his mind of self-doubt. How about embracing? You don't think Rocky had challenges along the way? Go look at what he had to deal with his son, what he had to deal with all of the opposition inside of all these areas of his life. How about staying on track? You think he had to stay focused to be able to go ahead and beat Apollo Creed? And last but not least, show the world you can do it. And that's exactly what it is that he did. He showed the world that coming from Philly, coming from no money, you can be an absolute quote unquote nobody and go out and show the world that we are possible of achieving great things, amazing things. Possible stuff. Absolutely. So perfect example. So I love it. I had to get that out for today. But when you really study success, you'll see success leaves clues. So family, that's my training on success. I appreciate you. I hope you got a piece of this value. And if nobody told you that yet today, let me be the first to tell you on the Friday, I'm proud of you. I see your success. I see the growth. And even if it's not coming as much as we want to physically yet, I'm telling you, there's things that are working underneath the surface outside of our radar that is all working and compounding and bringing us the right people, places, and opportunities inside of our life. So happy Friday, fam. Remember, we can be, do, and have anything we can hold in our mind. We can hold it right here in our hand. Let's go out and turn these dreams into reality. Draw some files for yourself if you're ready to go ahead and run the play for quarter 4. And you already know it is game time. Let's grow.